Welcome to another episode of JPod, Jefferson School District's very own podcast. I'm Superintendent Brad Capener, and I have my co-hosts joining me, Chris Shaw and Becca Mallory.
We're back.
Hello.
Thanks for having us again.
Yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Today we are here at Jefferson High School, talking with our drama teacher, Tammy Scholl, and a few students, Alexandra Beisler, Imogene Schwartz, and Brielle Reeves. Did I say that correctly? All right, good. I got nods. Nods and affirmative.
They forgot we're on a podcast, not on
Anyway, they recently performed Zombie Prom, which was their latest play, and I loved it.
Same.
It was so much fun.
Oh, I loved watching it.
Thanks. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah, you guys were amazing, and we wanted to just take a little time this morning and talk about how that all developed, how you came to that idea and how you liked it and so forth. So first, let's go around the room, and if you could give us your name, your class year, and then how long you've been performing here at Jefferson.
Me first? Okay.
Yeah.
My name is Alexandra Beisler. I am a junior here at Jefferson. I've been performing with Jefferson since 8th grade year. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. First one was Willy Wonka. I wanted to do Wizard of Oz, but got sick the week of auditions, so couldn't really do that. But yeah, I've done every other play that Michelle has put on since that.
Great.
I'm Imogene Schwartz. I'm a junior right now, and I've been doing plays at Jefferson since like 6th or 7th grade, I think. But I've been doing performing arts before that, like at community theaters and stuff.
Oh, good. Okay, you guys are old hands. And yourself, Brielle?
My name is Brielle Reeves. I'm a sophomore here at Jefferson, and I actually just moved here my freshman year. So I've only been performing with Jefferson for about 2 years now. I've been in every play since those 2 years. But before that, I had experience at my old school. So.
Great. Awesome. And Michelle, how long have you both been teaching drama? And do you have were you in drama too when you were a student?
Yeah, I was in drama. I loved it, and all in high school. And I've been here at Jefferson teaching drama at Jefferson for I think about 7 years.
Okay.
So yeah, I love it. It's a lot of fun.
Well, we love the arts. We love drama, and it's really great to be able to support and see plays taking place, and especially musicals too, because musicals are musicals harder to do?
Yes, I was just saying before. There's the choreography, then there's the music, and then there's the actual just the blocking of the scenes.
And actually getting people on track with vocals is a
Yeah.
lot harder than just
Is
learning lines.
It is, and singing while you're dancing is kind of hard. Well, for some more than others. The dancing bit, once they get that done, the singing, sorry. We try to get the singing part down first and then the dancing. Some this year had a hard time with both, but they pulled it through at the end, so we're really happy about that.
I thought it was great. I thought the choreography was great. You guys were singing and all moving together, like as a one, unit. I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah.
So,
The cheer coach helped us with some of the choreography too.
okay,
Yeah.
good. But you're saying that's a hard piece to get, to have everybody on cue doing it the same thing.
Yeah.
Definitely takes a lot of practice.
Yeah. There are times where we just go through little parts of it, like little sections of the song with the music or with the dancing, because there are just some little bits of like, oh, I can't get my foot right, or this doesn't work, and those little minuscule movements really do matter.
Yeah, they do.
Or they look weird.
Yeah.
Looks like you're just walking around like a zombie. So.
I will say I like musicals more. I think they're a lot more fun, a lot more like hands-on, but they're a lot harder, a lot more time-consuming. So.
Interesting. Yeah, I wondered about that because all the choreography and then everybody singing and learning all the music, and it just seems like it would be harder than just standing up and talking and rehearsing a play kind of thing.
It is.
Yeah.
How long would you guys say that it took you to learn all of this stuff before time to present it?
We started in February? January, February?
I think it was the end of January, wasn't it? That we
Yeah.
auditioned.
It was the end of January to April. So yeah,
Wow.
4 months.
And I think
5 days a week,
Yeah.
Well,
6 or 7 if you're
Well, there
practicing
were
at home.
some. I guess it wasn't really. We weren't able to do some because Short had some things going on personally, and there were times where we just couldn't all make it. There are some students, who had track and other things that also kind of made it hard, or cheer if they were doing cheer at the time as well. But other than that, it seemed to really just take a while to learn everything.
I'd say up until the day of the performance, we were still learning things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even during performances, I think we were still learning things, but we all got it together. So.
Yeah.
Well, I think for me it was like when I don't know anything about Zombie Prom, right? So when I first sat down and watched, it wasn't until I don't know maybe the second song that it really started to click for me. Like it was like what is this play? What's it about? And then all of a sudden it just I was in. Like at a certain point it was just this is really fun.
Yeah.
It's a great musical. So with that, like how did Zombie Prom become the play? Like how did you even hear about it?
That's all her. So
I just did some research online trying to find a show that would have a good cast size that would fit our school.
Okay.
And so when I found it, then I would read through some different plays and watch them. You can find them on YouTube. Found one that I thought that the kids would be into and that we could pull off, and of course was appropriate for the age group. And then I kind of played a little game with them and posted some different shows on the bulletin board. Said, guess which show we're going to be doing this spring? And then each week I would take one down until it was revealed.
It was disappointing at times. She took down our favorite one.
I know. I mean, obviously we can't do some of them like Rent and Beauty and the Beast because with what crew and what stage, it's a really small stage. I mean, I think we'd be able to do it if we had the crew. It's also getting people into drama. We didn't have as much crew this time, but and what was another one? It was Emma.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
She had the plays down to the last 3, and the last 3 there was one that none of us wanted to do. Like
Seussical too.
Yeah.
We're like,
She knew that none of us wanted to do it. We all went to her and were like, we're quitting if that's so she had that one up there until the last 3. She had Beauty and the Beast, which she knew we all wanted to do, and then she had Zombie Prom, which none of us knew even what it was. So
we're like, that's probably gonna be it. And she's like, no, you don't know that. It could be Beauty and the Beast. And we were like, we all know it's but yeah.
So when she announced Zombie Prom, everyone was like,
Well, we were more like, oh, yay. Wait, what is that?
we were a little confused.
Yeah.
So how long does it take then so from that point on, you have to understand what roles to go out for, what the music is, all of that. So did you just watch the YouTube play as a group? Or?
Yeah. In drama class, we watched the play, and then we read through the script, and then they had an idea that way of which characters they wanted to audition for and the range of the different characters so they could make sure it fit their voice correctly. And,
yeah. The singing, some people are like, oh, I want this character, but it doesn't fit their voice. Or some people are like, I want this character. It does fit their voice. It really depends. Some really try and go far-fetched and try and get the characters that they can't really fit into. Like, they really want it, but they can't fit into it. It's not just their vocal range. Like, maybe they can get their vocal range. It's also just the character or the acting of how they really kind of look. Like, some look more motherly, some look more, I don't know, soft and sweet, I guess,
And it's not even always about talent or anything. It's usually just the personality.
And personality and trying to fit them into that character or see if they can get in that character. Some people are more flexible than others.
And seeing who works well with others too.
Yeah, that too.
So it kind of sounds like you guys were like a really good team in terms of supporting one another.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're going to, say, go out for a certain role, maybe somebody is a little hesitant about, I don't know if I'm good for this, but it sounds like maybe that's where you guys go, oh, I think you would be good for this, and support each other. Is it a little supportive group like that?
Definitely. It takes a lot of teamwork to actually put a play together.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
What a cool experience.
And not just from the cast, it's also the crew. The crew's doing a lot of stuff backstage. You don't see it. It's always behind you, like with the lighting and stuff, and with the sound. We obviously had a few issues there, but we gotta keep going. You gotta improvise. Show must go on.
Right.
Yeah, you're improvised with the play that you did out here, that's the one I got to watch, and the music wouldn't play at the end, and you were
Oh, that one.
we were joking about it
You
was
went
like
to
the
that
DJ's
one.
problem, and I was laughing, so you guys did really
I
well at
enjoyed
like
the improv
too with
greatly.
that.
Yeah.
I was like, I
All of a
don't
sudden,
know.
the track disappeared from the playlist, and she was panicking. And I grabbed my phone and realized I didn't have the right connection. I was just going to play it from there, and then we had to scramble. But it
Me and
went.
Alex heard it backstage, and we were getting ready for it, and like I was getting ready to go on stage, and we heard it, and we're like in there laughing. We're on our knees. It was so
Oh yeah,
funny.
one of them with the isn't it, and it just kept
Yeah.
replaying. It would start and then it would like stop and then it would go again.
And I
and
could
then-
mostly hear her trying to sing it, and then the rest of them were like, "What's going on?" It was
Like,
so funny.
Isn't it?
And then
who
trying to
guessed?
we didn't know what to do.
Yeah, it was.
Well, and that was a really hard song for timing because it was in 7/8 time, which is horrible.
It's
Oh.
really bad.
And so, yeah, it was just really hard for them to figure out where they were.
Yeah.
We made it through eventually, though.
Yeah.
Y'all pull it off. I mean,
Absolutely. Alexandra, you played such a big role in this play.
Yeah.
And so you came out. Well, first of all, tell the audience, what role did you play in?
I played Miss Strict in Zombie Prom. She's this principal that really wants order, rules, regulations, and respect in her school. She does not take no for an answer. It's mainly her way or the highway. And
With a lot of the stick.
yeah.
the broken stick.
I broke it twice.
Did you?
I did.
Only twice.
Yeah.
I was shocked too.
Yeah, we had a really thin one and we had a thicker one. The thicker one, we actually waited. I was like, oh no, we'll keep that one backstage if this one ever breaks, and it broke on stage, it went flying.
Oh.
I was like, oh! And then so I had some time before I had to get back on stage, and so I really quickly masking taped it so it didn't look like I broke it. It just looked like it was a handle the entire time. You don't see anything. So, but yeah.
That's great. You brought a real comedic piece to it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just you would come on, and a lot of stage presence, and just you could really tell that you were the principal who was really upset about rules and regulations and all that kind of stuff. And then there's a song that goes with that, right?
Yeah.
So that was great. And did you have to? Did you like watch YouTube? Like, how did you know to play that role? Did you just ad lib it a little bit, or?
It was a little ad libbed, but I also kind of went with what the vocal kind of went with. Like you can kind of hear in her voice, like the original off-Broadway kind of thing. You could definitely hear in her voice she was someone that was more stern. I kind of based it off of the Principal and Matilda, but a little less mean.
That was the vibe I got.
Yeah.
When I saw it, so yeah, that makes sense.
That's what everyone said. They're like, oh, well, you remind me of like the Principal and Matilda. I was like, awesome. That's what I was going for.
If only y'all could have tossed a kid by their tail.
I know. Send it flying. No.
Probably a
That
good
one
thing.
might be in the works in a few years. You never know.
Tammy did say appropriate.
Yeah.
Imogene Brielle, what roles were you playing?
I was Toppy.
Tommy, and what tell the audience what that role.
Um,
What were you doing in that role?
Well, Toppy is the main girl. She is a senior. She's about 19 years old. She fell in love with this guy, and his name is Johnny. He spells his name without the H because he's a rebel. And she kind of just falls in love with him, but everyone else is telling her like he's bad, he's not good for you, he's just gonna ruin you. And Miss Strict and Toppy's parents kind of just tell Toppy, you have to break up with him, like you don't have a choice. And the story goes on from there.
Right.
But she's really a good girl, kind of falling in with a quote unquote bad person. And it's just kind of, yeah.
Yeah. What interested you about the role?
Um,
Did you go after that? Like you said, that's the one I want.
well,
No.
it was kind of on and off. Originally, I didn't actually know who I wanted to play because really no one pulled my attention. But at like right at the end of auditions, I told Schultz because I told her originally, I was like, I don't want to be Toppy because she seemed too like 1950s pink, and that's not really me, and I didn't think I could pull that off very well. But I went to her at the end of auditions and I said, hey, I'm open to whatever role you give me, and that's the role that ended up, and I was like, okay. And it ended up being fine. I was able to pull it off.
You can hear Schultz sigh of relief, like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. It was interesting because I didn't go out for the role, but it was okay. So I really don't regret getting it.
Yeah, we did great. And then Imogene, tell us about your role.
So my name was Candy in the play, and I was basically just like Toffee's best friend, like always just supporting her, and I was always chewing my nails. That was like my whole personality trait, basically.
Kind of a ditzy blonde.
Yeah, definitely.
That's great. And so this was, I guess the next question is like, what's next? After you've done this, have you guys thought about, the next play, or are you just gonna let it rest for a while and then come up with something? Or
So we're gonna go through probably next week, because this week we have to finish cleaning. But next week we're gonna go through a few different shows, and I'm gonna actually have them choose it this year instead of me choose it.
Wow.
And I'm thinking we might do the musical either in January or December instead of doing it in the spring, because there's so many activities. It was really hard this year. With the track, there was a lot of people that were in track. And
so it makes it difficult for people to come to practice.
Yeah.
If you're doing a musical, and you said it takes so much commitment, and it becomes really challenging.
Yeah, so we're gonna try it maybe a little bit more fall winterish next year, but we're gonna figure out what play we're gonna do. We're gonna go through some different shows and narrow it down and find out what we can do with our group and our size, and yeah.
Right.
And for those listening, all of our high school girls were very excited when she said they get to choose.
We were. Yeah. It's news to us.
We had no idea.
Well, that's great. And then you guys are still like your junior, sophomore, so I mean you're around for a couple more years and can give us your talents and build the program, and that's really great. I love to hear that. Thinking about middle schoolers coming up, the 8th grade. I mean, I know that some of the cool thing about what you guys do is you also incorporate kids from the other schools as well, right? So it gets some experience. But if you were to think about middle schoolers coming into drama who haven't been in drama, what would you say to recruit them? Like, what would your plug be for drama in high school?
Well, for one, it's not an easy A class. That's what a lot of people think is. It's just an easy A class. No, I'd say it's something more as much. You put as much effort in it as much as you do your sports. Some people really don't see that. They're like, oh, well, it's just like really quick day. It's just really easy. But no, it's something that you really just want to put all of your efforts and all of your energy kind of into it. Some students really did do that, and some didn't, and some did eventually end up quitting because they're like, oh, well, this isn't what I signed up for. I thought this was going to be easy. It's not. A lot of work is put into it. So I guess a little more reaching into hey, you're gonna have to put some work into it, But I think we do have a lot of fun, especially if you like singing and you like dancing. Definitely sign up for it. It's something that. And a lot of people grow closer together, especially with the singing, or you're like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Hey, I want to learn to teach myself how to do that too. It's something cool that we can all learn from, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's also like a really good, safe place to like express yourself and like what you're like, and then meet new people.
Great, very good.
There's when I joined, I really didn't know anyone because, like I said, I was new. Everyone in that class, everyone in the plays and everything, family, and it's just such an easy group to get along with.
Yeah.
So if new middle schoolers are gonna join, they've never done drama before. I think if they're nervous, it's a lot easier to join a group that is supportive and nice.
Absolutely, great points. If you can believe it, our time has already run out.
Oh wow.
I know, we just got started, right? And I want to thank you so much for being here today to talk about your experience of the play. and to give some advice to young people coming into high school, because that's really valuable. Keep up the great work, and it's making a difference, and it's bringing joy and entertainment to a lot of people that come to watch you. And it also sounds like an outstanding group and a group to be a part of. They're very supportive and a place to find some connection with people, which is great. So thank you also to my co-hosts and for setting this all up and joining me today. And until next time,
On to the next
Thank
one.
you.
we are signing off. Thank you.
Thank you.